Yo, yo, you two, we alive. What's up?
Yo, yo, yo. What is going on?
It's Wednesday night. It's 12-volt talk time. We be talking about
Yeah.
12-volt stuff.
Yo, King. You're here for us, man. The topics are just side. They're the side thing. We say
Nobody
random
needs a
things.
power subwoofer in car audio.
You might
See,
be
that's
right.
the problem. People like this think everybody has to have 3,000 watts and, 25, 18-inch subs.
Yeah.
No, not everybody needs that.
I need it. All right.
What?
No.
3,000
actually, no.
watts and
No,
25?
I don't even need like 1,000 watts for a sub.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I prefer my car to stay together.
Mine comes apart by itself, system or not. So
exactly, because I keep my cars so long that I cannot blow them up by having 160 decibels shaking everything to death. Well, we got lots of peeps. You guys give us some feedback about the sound here before we get started up. I know Rob gives y'all a hard time when he's editing because he says our levels are not even anywhere close.
No, we're not. We're far away. I might boost mine a little bit.
Boost it.
See if I'm clipping. I can't tell if I'm clipping.
I don't sound like you're clipping.
All right.
You might be
clipping,
tripping.
You're tripping.
You ain't clipping. You ain't tripping, but you clipping.
All right, man. I'm at 75%. 75% gain.
Ric Flair in the house. Oh, I forgot to turn on my little light.
As our guy Rockville Sam says. No, I'm boosting. I'm boosting, Rick. I'm boosting hard right now.
I don't know why I even turned that thing on because I know with my aperture setting it's all blurry, right? You can't even see it.
Looks cool though.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah, like a ghost light.
Ghost light. Scaring people like every single day.
Yeah.
All right, let's get this party started because people needs to hear what we got us to talk about, and they're going to be making fun of us, but we don't care.
Yeah.
That's how we roll.
Cool. Whose turn is it? Yours?
It's me.
All right.
It's my turn. Excuse me. All right, let's get this party started, party people. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 12-volt talk, episode 61. Powered subwoofers for your automobile, your motorcycle, your golf cart, your bicycle. No, we won't put them on a bike. But yeah, powered subwoofers for 12-volt applications is what we're going to talk about tonight. So this is a hot topic. Not really. But we thought it was something worth talking about. So me and my guest here is with me, Mr. High Five Vega. How's it going tonight, Rob?
Yo, yo, yo. I just put 26 bazooka tube 10s in the Suburban. Let's see what it do.
See, he's already ready to measure his SPL with his bazooka tubes. Are y'all ready?
Yeah.
I don't think they are. I didn't even introduce myself. This is Big D, Wilson Audio Labs. Check me out on YouTube, Facebook, all them social medias. But just make sure you watch the videos because Facebook is just a evil kingdom of nothing.
Yeah, but good things too. Horrible and good things. We love it all.
True that. So tonight we are going to get into the topic of powered subwoofers for your car. But before we do that, let's do we have any updates, Rob, for the OSS SPL competition?
We do. We have breaking news. The biggest cheater in the world from Australia just busted a 152.3 with 8 old school XTRs and all of the Orion concepts they produced.
What?
Yeah.
Say although it isn't so.
He did damage some. He did say that. I think he lost 3 of the silver guys in the battle, but he's victorious thus far.
I was going to see if I can pull something up real quick for those who are watching who might not have seen it. well, I won't be able to play it back, but did he additionally put a YouTube video up, or is this just Facebook clips?
I don't think he put a YouTube video up yet. It's just I think he just uploaded the video, but I'm sure, knowing Craig, he's gonna have something up.
I'm sure he will. So if you're on Facebook, if you go to Old School Car Audio, there's 2 different Old School Car Audios, but it's the one with Craig on there. And he's got some video clips here on his main page that show the term lab, and he also shows the concepts under that and the test. So make sure you check that out, because I need to check it out too. He, Australian man lives in the future, so it's already Thursday over there. That's why a lot of people, when they used to buy like the new iPhone and stuff, they would fly to Australia, because Australia would sell everything first, because they live in the future. And that's where Santa Claus, I guess, has to go first too. So there's a lot of benefits to living in Australia, except for the crocodiles and the snakes.
Yeah, and the spiders and everything that could kill you in Australia.
And them kangaroos, boy, they give you a kick too.
Go try to punch you too. Bam. Have you seen them? They'll punch you. Yeah,
yeah.
You gotta fight them.
Stay back.
Come at me, bro.
So what else we got? Yeah, we also have some updates for the 2019 OSS meet, and we've talked about it in previous episodes here of 12 Volt Talk. But if you go to oldschoolstereo.com, those who are not on Facebook, there's information there for the event, and we have a link to the Facebook page where it tells you the location and the date and the time and all that stuff. And it looks like we've got a nice little crowd to go eat dinner on Saturday night. So if you're planning on going to the meet and you want to go out and eat with us, we need to kind of know, because I think we've got like a private room or something at a steakhouse, because who can go to Texas and not eat some steak? I mean, I'll be like licking the cow's leg as I'm, walking down the street in Texas, because I want to eat some cow.
Yeah, man, for sure. And since Bill's in charge of this, let's see how the steak goes, because I'm telling you, the queso dip at the Mexican place last year, I'm not feeling it, man. It was like Velveeta. It was like Velveeta Rotel dip.
That was kind of hurting. I'll give you that. I don't remember Velveeta cheese dip in any Mexican restaurant I've been to anytime lately. So we'll see. But if you want to go with us, it'll be a fun time. We'll hang out. We'll talk about old guy stuff and probably throw some BMX in there and make everybody happy.
Yeah, man. And Derek should bring his GT. What do you think?
No.
Bring it on the plane as a carry-on?
Nope. Like my miniature horse.
Yeah. That's how they do it in Texas. I'm not a fan either, Rick. I'm not down with Rotel dip and calling it queso.
Oh, so it's a Texas thing. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, I'll bring the bike to the spring meet, so y'all have to wait for the spring meet if you want to see BMX. But yeah, in Texas, I'm just taking me, myself, and my eye. Yeah.
You, our dude, third era.
Mr. Edward, thank you, sir. We will enjoy that dinner.
And he's driving from California. He's a real OG. Real OG. Taking 2 weeks off work to come hang out with these guys.
That is hardcore right there.
Yeah.
Well, we will try to do our best not to disappoint your trip, because that's hardcore, man. That's cool. Maybe you should maybe if you can go that extra day on Monday and go to Kicker with us, you can ride up there with us. We'll have to see.
Kicker.
Yeah. All right. So cool. Let's talk about the topic of the day. Powered subs for car audio. So before we even get started in the different models and the different prices and the different designs, Rob, what do you think about buying powered subwoofers for your car? Is that something that you would do or you recommend to people?
It depends on who you are. I'd buy one for my wife's vehicle. If you're leasing a vehicle, that might be another excuse to have one in there. It depends on your application and what you're trying to do. If you don't need a lot of bass, but you want some bass, especially if you're just going to keep your factory system, it's definitely an option. I mean, and it's an option that a lot of people would definitely get a benefit from. What about you? What do you think?
I agree 100%. It's the it's like everything, right? So we're enthusiasts in audio, car audio, home audio, portable audio, headphones, whatever. But in a lot of ways, people can get the past the gray poupon kind of mentality that you can't use this, you only have to use that. And Rob's example right there was perfect for a leased vehicle, spouse vehicle, one that you have to take the subwoofer in and out, things like that. They don't need a whole lot of power. They just want to integrate to a factory sound system. Don't care about super bass. Just want some extra low end. I don't think there's anything wrong with getting a powered subwoofer at all. And honestly, for the price that Rob and I have done a little research for this show here, and the price they're going for, for between like 100 and 300 bucks, you can get pretty decent little added bass to your system.
Yeah, and I mean, and like you said, these things they run the gambit in price. They go from as little as $59, and some of them have a cool little tweet, to $599. I think's the top one I've seen. So yeah, you can spend what you want to spend on a powered subwoofer.
Yeah, I think once you get to the higher end, like I know with the Stealth box, of course, the one my brother has in his Jeep is not powered. So he did have to buy an external amp. So that's a bad example. But some of the higher end ones, now that may be a time when you ask the question, do you really want to spend that much money on, a powered subwoofer? Because in that case, it might not make sense. But it's, again, there's so many different reasons why you'd want to use something like this or you would not want to use it. I just think the people that think, why do they even have them for sale, or why would anybody want to buy that? I'm actually doing a review right now on the dual subwoofer, and I'll show you a picture here of it. We'll share the screen for those who are watching. This one's actually been on YouTube, and the guy who made a video has got like 5 million views or something. Anyway, it's probably because how he titled it, but it's just this little 10-inch powered subwoofer. It's in like a truck box, has a 300 watt max or 100 watt RMS amplifier. 79 bucks is what it cost. When I bought mine, it was actually 49, and it was 49 for a long period of time. But unfortunately, I'm slow with doing my review, so a lot of times people miss out on deals because I don't show them until the price goes up. But so what I've kind of been doing with that is, just taking, like with my 37 Ford, it's got just a very, very simple, like 6.5 right in the very center coaxial speaker, and hooked it up to an amp and just turned it up like one of the head units. And yeah, it's pretty cringeworthy. I mean, it's like a lot of the new Jeeps, though. A lot of the new Jeeps audio sucks, especially the Jeep 4-door trucks. I mean, unless you get the super upgraded system, they sound horrible. But with this, throwing in this powered sub to something like that, and I'm thinking of my wife or my dad or, somebody who's not a super bass head or cares about the extreme detail of the bass, flipping it on and off, because I got a little switch, to turn it off, on and off with the remote switch. And it's like, wow, it wakes up everything. I mean, it's a whole different experience having a subwoofer versus not. And then having something in this case for 80 bucks, I think it's well worth it.
I mean, I think you should dyno test that thing and see what kind of power it's putting out.
Oh, it's going to happen.
Yeah, man, that'll be interesting. I'm sure. What do you think it is? Probably like 30 watts or something.
No, it's a dual, and they say 100 watt RMS. I'm pretty sure dual is pretty good with their RMS ratings. So I would say it probably does right around 100 watts. But yeah, I'm interested to see, like I was telling Rob earlier in the pre-show, this particular dual model, it's the TBX10A is the model number. And I've not seen it anywhere else other than Walmart. I don't even think they have it on Amazon. But what I was telling is when I took it out of the box, dude, the thing is so light. It's like you pick it up out of the box. It's like, what? Where's the speaker? Because it's lighter than a speaker alone or an enclosure alone. And it's the speaker, the enclosure, and the amp all together. It's crazy how light it is. It's like 11 pounds, I think, for the whole thing. But it comes with the straps. Strap it in your whatever, your car, your trunk, the behind your seat in your truck, whatever. And $80. I don't know. So far, I've been like, wow, $80. That's pretty cool for somebody who just needs a simple little upgrade.
Yeah, and you should maybe you should blow that thing to see what it does.
So stay tuned, because I do have an idea of something I want to try with it, and it's kind of related to something Rob's already tested by some other company, kind of a big company that makes a flat subwoofer or very thin subwoofer. I think you know what I'm talking about, Rob.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're going to slap it in there, see how it does. But definitely dyno it and all that stuff too, because I'm curious. Because what we've noticed in a lot of our research here is some of these things, the power ratings that they show are just outlandish. Yes. And we're going to pick on our friends here, Rockville. This is a 1200 watt CEA rated. Oops, I didn't say that.
Wait, it might actually say that if you look.
It's a 12-inch sub. And let's see if we see what the size of the fuse is. What's the red one? Is that a 20 amp?
Wait up. I can't remember.
I can't see. If anybody remembers what a red one is, I can't remember. I don't think it's a 15. Is that a 10 amp? It's a 10 amp. Yes, yeah, 10 amp fuse. So this might be a 100 watt amp on a good day.
Probably.
Let's see if it says RMS. It says 300 RMS. Rockville Sam, why are you lying to us?
They got stretch fuses, man. I'll try to tell you about them before.
It ain't I'm sorry. It's not a 300 watt amp, and sorry for my bad grammar.
Well, that's the trunk style, isn't it? But they cover the gambit in what they make Rockville.
They do, but I tell you one thing right off the bat right here that's really cool that the Dual doesn't have is the remote bass knob to do the gain. And that is something that's cool, so you don't have to do it through the head unit. But yeah, I'll go back. They've got a ton of different models, Rockville. 10-inch under seat, 8-inch under seat. They've got the old bazooka style. They've got a lot, and we'll get to some of the other ones here later because I want to show everybody if they haven't seen that one particular one that they have. But yeah, the numbers here are going to confuse people because these amps are not going to be more than 100 watts, maybe 150 max. But I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe we get one of a few different models in, because I'm curious too. I know a lot of people like to throw these under their seat and in their leased cars or whatever, just to see is it really worth it. But
and I'm curious, like what's the market like on those? How many of these to get sold? Because just about every brand makes them, and apparently they must be more common than I suspect.
Yeah, it would be good to know from a place like Crutchfield or even Dean and Fernando. They don't ever really talk about them that much, I don't think. But it would be cool to know how many of these they sell and install. Maybe don't make videos about it or whatever, because I don't remember seeing them show a powered type subwoofer. They usually do a separate sub.
Yeah, it seems like these powered are more DIY focused, I would say, for the DIY guy. But speaking of which, what kind of powered subwoofers do we have? What are the categories? How do we break them down?
Yeah, there's several different ones. Under seat is one you'll see a lot, and that's usually the ones that are trying to be thin. They're trying to be 4 inches or thinner. They've got the other kind, which the Dual one I showed you is kind of like a truck style, but it would also work in a trunk. And most of them, though, are smaller. Most of them are designed to be used kind of under seat from what I've seen. But there is a very unique one that those who remember the old school Pioneer used to have a spare tire subwoofer. Do you remember that? That would go in the spare tire and
Yep.
you put the bolt and tighten it down. Well, Rockville released one of those and they call it the Rock Ghost. And I'm going to show you a picture of it here. And it's got an 8-inch, which I'm not sure how they fit an 8 in there, because I know the other one was really small. The one from Pioneer was really small, but here it is. You can see it's got the hole in the center. There it is. There's a picture of it mounted. That's a really neat design. It fits in a donut tire too, but a lot of the new cars don't even have spares anymore. But this it's a unique idea, because the cool thing about it is it's completely stealth, right? I mean,
Yeah.
completely out of the way. It comes with the remote. It looks like it comes with all the power and ground and everything too.
And now that the chat's reminded me, I do remember that Dean did do a video. I don't know if they say here if it was the Kicker spare tire one or the JBL. That's right. JBL N7 Alpha says. And I remember that, and they actually liked it. They thought it was pretty nice.
Oh, okay, cool. So I didn't know JBL had one.
And I think, you know what? I've got it saved. Let me share my screen here so we can check it out.
Show it to us, Big
Let's see.
Rob.
I should already be set up, but I'm not.
Well, it might be because I took it over. You gotta watch me.
All right. What do you think about
Oh,
that?
yeah. Yeah, I do remember seeing that one. That looks a lot like this one.
Yeah.
$400. It does have a similar remote. What size is that? Is that an 8-inch or?
Let's see here. 11-inch powered enclosure, 200 watts RMS with a 30-amp fuse. So we're looking good there. And then the dimensions 6.5 inches high by 14 and 3/16 wide.
Oh, cool.
So we got the 16-foot cable attached, but it's not cheap. You might be able to find it cheaper, but
$400. Yeah, that's whew. The Rockville one's $169. I know it's Rockville versus JBL, but that's a pretty significant price jump. That would be cool to get one of each and just try them. Maybe do some blind tests with your wife or something and say, hey, which one sounds better?
Yeah. She'll be like, neither.
She's like, turn that bass down. You're hurting my ears. You're making my hair do tricks and stuff. Said nobody ever with a spare tire subwoofer, by the way.
I gave if y'all don't know, I gave Big D hair tricks with my underseat subwoofer.
Yep. That will be like the title of your next viral YouTube video. Hair tricks from a bald guy.
So we got that, and then obviously we got like the tube styles. So those were popularized by the Bazooka bass tube, the SAS, I guess. I don't know now. It is they're still selling, which I looked up earlier. I couldn't believe it. Let me see if I can share it here so you can see it. But yeah, they're still selling these, man. What did you know that?
I did not know that until you mentioned it. Wow, that's pretty crazy.
And they're not.
And the price is not bad. I remember they used to be really expensive back in the day.
And this one, you're looking around $200 for the 8-inch, $220, $180 for the 6-inch, and the 10-inch should get you up to about $250. So, I mean, that's not bad at all. I don't know if they're the same quality as the ones back in the day, but
yeah, I think we saw a comment even before we got started about people saying, these powered subwoofers are not really subs, they're really woofers because they don't go low enough and things like that. Obviously there's some drawbacks you're going to have to deal with. They don't use, in most cases, they don't use quality drivers in these. They don't use very powerful amps. So yeah, you're not going to get that kick in the chest or, that really, really deep bass. But again, if you're missing everything from 100 hertz down, if you're getting down to 40 or 50 hertz, well, you got to get lower than that. If you're getting between 35 and 45 hertz additional, then that's good, right? Because a lot of people want the super low stuff, but the ones that want the super low, they don't want a powered subwoofer like this anyway. This is for people that listen to pop music, rock music, just normal type music without the rebased or the heavy rap music, things like that.
For most of these, I would say that you're going to get the kind of bass that is more heard than felt. So you're going to notice the difference with your ear immediately. You're going to hear the sound. It's going to feel like your music, but you're not going to feel it as much as you would with like a real subwoofer. But there is some out there that do some bass on a powered subwoofer, and it's more just like a regular, trunk box with an amp built in.
Yeah, again, we passed the Grey Poupon. We try not to be elitist in anything we do because we understand there are people that don't have to have the most expensive amplifier, the most expensive speakers. They just want an upgrade, right? And that's what we're talking about here. Something that will give you additional bass. It will make your factory system sound better, and you don't have to spend a whole lot of money. So that's kind of why we wanted to talk about this in today's show. I know a lot of our normals here, usuals in the chat room, are probably laughing, saying, this is a joke. But seriously, there are reasons why these type subwoofers work for people, and there's examples we've already given. There's probably some that we haven't given, but I think they're pretty cool for somebody who just needs a little bit. Somebody mentioned the Infinity Bass Link. I remember that one. That one's really popular for a while, and I think one time they had a clear one. Do you remember that one, Rob?
Yes, I do remember the clear one, and that one kind of, I think that might have been one of the first like major market quote unquote old school bass like product like that. Besides the bazooka that I really heard of back in the day, it was big in Crutchfield. That was right along with your all-in-one package, that or bazooka tube. Pick one or the other.
Yeah, and Eric here mentions the CDT Mini Max. I haven't seen that one. I was going to try to pull it up real quick and see if it's still. I don't know. He didn't mention if it was still actually active or not. Yeah. CDT Mini Max 400. Oh wow. Okay, here we go. I'll pull it up.
Are they using their like 6.5-inch subwoofers in that? Because they got some serious little subs. Oh, okay, that's very similar to something I used.
Yep, they're oval. They're 5.3 by 8.4 inch woofers. 200 watt RMS. $279.
Did someone just try to kill Big D in the background? I heard it.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, yes.
People slamming doors around here, man. They're not appreciating my silence request. What can I say? I don't have a soundproof room.
Mom, be quiet. I'm on the internet with my friends doing a show.
Yep.
Heat me up some Hot Pockets.
I won't be saying that because I'll be kicked out of the room. But yeah, the Mini Max 400. Eric Dudley, you mentioned it. Have you actually used one of these, or did you just seen it? Because that would be that's a pretty interesting looking little unit there.
And I'll show the one that I used. It was very similar. If I can find it here. If you guys remember, I talked about it just what was it, a couple weeks ago, where I'd done the wheelchair build, and I used this exact Kenwood model from Crutchfield when I'd done the contest. And we put it on the wheelchair, and I'm going to tell you, man, it sounded pretty good. It wasn't no deep bass, but you could definitely hear that system a long ways away. And I'm trying to see if I could see what the amp rating is. I don't even know if they show it. 38 RMS watts. 2 5x7s.
Wow. That's a unique number.
Yes.
38. I mean, it's not 40. It's not 35. It's 38. It sounds like somebody really did a test on that one and put an actual number there.
They very well may have done that. And I guess I already knew this, but one of them's passive, so it is a one active, one passive situation.
And remember what that one cost back then? I know it doesn't have a price there.
I think it was around $200 back in the day.
200. Okay, well,
200.
compared to what we're seeing now, that's kind of out of a middle ground. I mean, I think the $100 ones are kind of sketchy. And Rob and I have seen. Do you have one of the ones pulled up from eBay that we found?
Yeah,
It was
okay,
like
okay.
$60. You guys got to
Yes,
see this.
I gotta show you. I gotta show you guys this one. This. Well, let me see what I can't remember what it's called. Oh, Hot Hi-Fi, 8-inch subwoofer. You see that there? Check this thing out, man. Got the little tweeter. Got
You
the
know
nice.
that's really like a port, and they make it look like a tweeter. It's kind of like the
Yeah.
King.
That's
the
what
King
I knew you
wood.
were gonna say that. Look at this. Look at this texture, this material, man. I mean, this is high quality stuff for $60. It's got the gator skin on the edges. Let's see what. Isn't that what that's supposed to be? Yeah, gator
Yeah,
skin. Look at that.
but you know, Rob, when you watch TV and a commercial comes on
Yeah.
and they show that Whopper, when you go to Burger King, you buy a Whopper, it don't ever look like the one on the commercial. Okay.
Am I gonna have to buy this one just to see?
So you get this subwoofer in, it's gonna be all leopard skin's gonna be tearing
Yeah.
off and it's gonna be peeling, and the fuse is gonna be in there sideways, and the RCA jacks aren't gonna be mounted right.
Man, look at that quality finish right there. You don't see work like this.
This is Team No Fuse. This is a underseat subwoofer.
Wait, I didn't even notice that.
And you're talking about putting it in your car. You're talking about burning something down.
Let me see, man.
There is no fuse there. Go back to it. No fuse.
There is no fuse. What's going on?
See?
Wait a minute.
Oh,
It
maybe
it must come with it.
Where the tweeter is.
Hold up. The external configuration does alloy. There's no mention of a fuse. Yeah,
you
man.
don't need a fuse with 10 watts.
Team No Fuse. I mean, it's got a tweeter, man. It's got the gator skin. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, we got to get one of those. One of us will have to get one of those and test it.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Because we got to find out that's really a tweeter. Because that will be like a great title for a video. A powered subwoofer with a tweeter.
Yeah.
It's not a tweeter. Can't be.
You know, speaking of very strange, and let's talk about high end. We've seen the gator skin. Let's take a gander at this thing right here. Let me get it queued up over here. This one is it's got something unique about it. So can you see that? The jail. Oh my god, look at that model number. ASC 110LG-TW1 Power Wedge Plus.
Manville, why are you running the amp at 0.25 ohms?
Yes. That's the first thing when I was looking, I was like, a quarter ohm? That's almost a dead short.
What is up with that?
They're getting some power out of this thing, I guess, man.
I've got a TW3 here because it was one of the I went to a pawn shop and they had a JL Stealth box with a flat subwoofer in it, and they wanted like $60 for it.
Yeah.
Of course, I bought it. It's for like a Hyundai Genesis coupe. If somebody
so it's like a factory sub or something, or is it?
No, it's a Stealth box. So if somebody listening to this show has a Genesis coupe and wants, I'll give you a good deal on the box itself. I'm keeping the sub, but you can get you another TW3 and put it in there. But anyway, that I've listened to that sub in that box and out of that box. It is an incredible 10-inch sub. Sounds really good. This is the TW1, which is this slightly less beefy model. Yeah. Does it say the amplifier rating on this one, Rob?
400 watts at 1/4 ohm.
What?
Nominal impedance 0.25 ohm, 400 watt at 2. It says built-in DCD Class D amplifier. If that means anything to you.
Yeah, we got to ask Manville about that. What is up with the 0.25? I know some of the small ATV amps, like the Kicker one that I tested, that was 100 watts at a half an ohm,
Yeah.
and they're rated really low because you pretty much have to ohm them down to be able to get power out of them. But in this case, I would think they would have more room. Maybe not. I mean, there's obviously a reason. JL engineers are a lot smarter than me, so there's a reason they did what they did here. But it would be very interesting to hear that story as to why they would use a quarter of an ohm, or why they would even tell you.
Yeah,
Why does it matter?
Oh, wonder what kind of current it's pulling, man.
We can't dyno a quarter of an ohm. Does it have a fuse?
Oh, wait, let's see.
Is it Tingo fuse?
No, they certainly. I see a fuse in there. I see a fuse. Let's see if they have it listed in the specifications. 30 amp.
Okay.
So
wow.
And it recommends 8-gauge wire.
Yeah. Well, in my experience, it's pretty much a given. If they rated it 400 watts and at J Audio, it does 400 watts. So
yeah,
that's pretty incredible.
And if you can't make out the price, that's $519.
Yeah, and that's their direct price. So usually the dealers cut that a little bit, and the online sources that sell it that probably aren't supposed to will cut that a little bit. But
yeah,
that's the higher end. There's also, I've got some links here that I've added to our little document. Let's see.
Mark says JL's making cheater amps in 2019.
There you go. Here's we talked about a JBL already, but here's a different model that I found, the Bass Pro SL2. Okay. And hey, with cars getting smaller every year, JBL understands the need for compact powered subs is greater than ever. All right, did y'all hear? Did you hear what I just said? Because you need to listen. Y'all making fun of us making a video about this, and the need is greater than ever. So people wants to hear what we got to say. So be listening. But here it is underneath the seat, behind the seat. It looks kind of pretty compact. I think it has an 8-inch shallow profile woofer, 125 watt RMS amplifier, heavy duty ABS plastic enclosure, $249, but it is ship date unknown, pre-order, risk-free. So this must be something new, hot off the presses.
I mean, if one of y'all have pre-ordered this powered subwoofer, please let me know, because I don't think anybody in the history of the world pre-ordered a powered subwoofer, especially from JBL. Sorry, JBL. Love your stuff.
Dude, you don't even know how long the wait list is for this. It's like longer than the iPhone 12 that's not even out yet.
Yeah, they're out there outside like that, the JBL store. I'm sure they've got a JBL store somewhere waiting for this subwoofer to drop. It's like a Supreme drop, like a Supreme clothing drop.
Well, hey, Bob would not tell us something that isn't right. So Crutchfield writer Bob B, have to listen to what he says.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get Bob B on here and tell us about this enhanced need for powered subwoofers. Oh, there he is. There's old Bob B right here with his little cap on and stuff.
Oh, is it like one of those Scully caps?
Yep.
Oh man.
Oh, so while we're scrolling down here, there's some other models that we can show you. The Sound Ordnance, that one's a deal, $140. It is 8-inch with 125 watt RMS amp. That's not a bad looking little gig.
Yeah.
Don't know how it sounds, but hey, they even show a breakout.
Oh wow, that's cool. I've heard that Sound Ordnance isn't bad. It's their house brand of Crutchfield.
Well,
I'm sure to be okay.
970 reviews on Crutchfield. Wow. This is not Amazon, and it's 4.5 stars.
Well, Jesse Strand already says people are camping outside the Best Buy to get the JBL Bass Pro SL2 already.
See, and Crutchfield doesn't do affiliate linking, so we can't make all the hundreds and thousands of dollars we could do from affiliate linking on this sound
Yeah.
ordinance that everybody's going to want after they see all these 5-star reviews.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
We could make like $5s of dollars.
I got to go ahead and add it to my cart right now so I don't forget. Gonna buy it later. Okay.
Oh, gee, you're lucky that ain't no Amazon one click. Trying to be cute, and then next week you got one showing up at your door like, oh, what?
Ding dong. What's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you ordered 5 minutes ago. We're right down the street.
Yeah.
But yeah, 140. But that seems like, for something that the cool thing about Crutchfield, and they're not a sponsor hashtag, but the cool thing about them is you get it, you try it. If you don't like it, you send it back. So that's pretty unique in the world today, where most times you buy stuff and you can't do that. Infinity, it looks like they got a newer version of the Baselink, the Baselink SM. This is an 8-inch sub as well. And of course, as everybody or a lot of people know, Infinity and JBL are Harman International. So a lot of their components are very similar. Their amplifiers or speakers, things like that, are very similar. And this one actually looks a lot like the one we just showed you. The other one, 8-inch shallow profile, 125 watts.
Yeah.
But it's silver.
And it's got a fancier design.
Yeah, it's got the little, I don't know, the little crossy things, triangular shaping gigs. But it doesn't look like it comes with a remote. If I'm going to spend $250, I want to have a remote.
Oh, dude, you don't need no remote you don't need no more gain on the amp.
I always need more gain.
Always. Check this. As we're talking about these, I'm like, there's some weird stuff on eBay, particularly when it comes to this type of thing. I just want you guys to check this thing out here. Let's see what you think about this. They're going high end with the finish here, like the other one, the K. I don't know exactly what that stands for, but they're
trying to make it look like Kicker, dude. They're posing.
You think so? Maybe.
Yeah.
Hey, this one's got a port. Look at that. You see that?
That speaker grill is like the worst I've ever seen.
It's like I don't know what it is, man. Like a Chevy T or a bow tie.
Yeah, it's like they took it off a vehicle. They took it off the front of a car and just stuck it over the speaker and said, "Here, let me protect the speaker." How much does that one go for?
This one is $107.99 shipped to your door
with a sub kit, amp kit,
with a wiring kit. So it's got one of these. It's got a power line, audio line, control line. Cool.
Oh yeah, that's some quality stuff right there.
Yeah, it's got the 15 amp fuse, so we're good for 150 watts.
Well, yeah, maybe.
And I've seen this amp on eBay quite a few times.
But what the amp's about $30, right? 30, 35. Yep.
So, I mean,
that's
you're probably not getting a bad value on this, but you're not going to be happy.
Yeah, if somebody wants one of these,
here's our wiring kit.
You can't even buy something like this and then resell it, because it doesn't even make sense to have to ship something like this. But yeah, I wouldn't have a use for it, but it would be neat to see what it does. But I don't want to fill my house up with junk like this, because I'm sure that's all it is. I bet it's got an 8-ounce magnet on the subwoofer.
I'm sure it is. But it looks cool. Catches somebody's eye.
Yeah, if you're gonna do this, I would at least either buy something you can return or buy something from a known brand. The Infinity, the Sound Ordnance, the JBL, even the cheaper Rockville, they've got a pretty long return policy if you want to return it. Yeah, CCA, no doubt, it's got CCA. Sure. But the good thing is, as long as it's close to being true 8 gauge, it should be plenty to power that.
And like you said, make sure they got a decent return policy. I've returned things to Rockville and easily done. They sent me a shipping label. I didn't even have to pay return shipping, so took care of me, got my refund back instantly. So I have used that service from them, and they've done very well.
Yeah, I kind of thought that, when they first talked about that, because I remember when I first tested their amps way back, I did the same thing. I bought them, and when I was not happy with their ratings and stuff, I returned them. But they did the same thing. They sent me the shipping label, printed it out, and just sent it right back. So it's no problem with that.
Oh, dude, they got the so we've already seen the leopard skin, or what was that? No, the crocodile skin,
Rob,
right?
you are having too much fun on eBay.
Man,
you are like me going through old BMX videos right now. Oh, your screen just disappeared.
I'm trying to open the other one.
Okay, yeah, I saw the preview there for a minute, and it just went. Whoop, there you go. It's coming.
There you go. What do you think about that finish?
That one's a wood grain finish. For those who are listening that can't see this, it looks like a high end. Go ahead.
Yeah, if you can't see, like you can see right in this little corner right here where the vinyl is kind of joined together or peeling a little bit. So
yeah, and the scary part is this is the nice one. This is the one they use for the pictures. The other ones that you get are going to be half assembled, and they're probably not going to be airtight.
Those people look so happy in the background, though.
Well, it's because they have a powered subwoofer with a tweeter. I mean, why would you not be happy?
They're getting the full range there.
I'm sure
there's your fuse. Look, there's your fuse.
Okay, so a team inline fuse.
Yeah, team inline fuse. Oh man,
it's better than team no fuse.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Ron Burgundy.
The ladies really like the underseat setups. Yeah, they could.
Oh my god.
Hey Rob, they want you to put a link in the chat. Make sure you make it your affiliate link or something, because yeah. But that's funny that people are actually want to see this. Yeah, here's something that you guys can do. You in the chat room, you hear me and Rob talking about this stuff and making fun of it and talking about buying it and everything. Some of you guys get some of this stuff. You got some extra funds or want to do a review or something. Do that and make a video and send us a review. We'll put it up on 12 Volt Talk, and we'll show everybody what you've done. And who knows? You might be the next car audio review star on YouTube. Who knows? I always tell people, if you're interested in doing something and passionate about it, do it. Don't just assume that me and Rob and the handful of other guys that do YouTube car audio videos are going to do it all. No, we need some help. We need y'all to do it too.
Yeah, man. Join in on the fun. I mean, it would take, you could do a channel. You could just do a channel only reviewing Rockville products. They've got so much stuff like Rockville only or something like that.
You could. I mean, and what we just talked about tonight, the underseat subwoofers, we found literally 30 to 50 different models. You could spend a year doing a video every week of one of those, and you'd never get caught up because there's always a new model coming out. That is pretty dope. You're muted, Rob.
Hey.
Yeah.
Man, I messed up, guys. I'm so sorry about that.
What, did you buy it?
No, I didn't buy it. I'm talking about being muted.
Oh, yeah. You were talking and we weren't hearing.
Yeah. The this is like an unknown Rockville sub going on over here. I didn't see this one in the bio, but yeah. Got the blue surround, the fancy blue port.
Even the blue cabling to match.
Yeah, man, you'll be set up.
Yeah, I was just trying to read the comments real quick to see if there was any additional comments about that. Yeah, same pictures, different amp. Yeah, I think a lot, especially the eBay ones, if you go through and look for the underseat subs, a lot of them are very similar. I think they're all Alibaba, rebranded, slap your own name on there, whatever kind of gigs. But I'm gonna share my screen real quick again for those watching. The Cerwin-Vega has got one too, and I'm not real sure because I haven't used any Cerwin-Vega products, in the past several years. But 200 watts RMS, 10-inch low profile, 25 amp fuse. It won an award at 2015 SEMA Global Award for their latest product. So 2000, they judged 2,000 new products, and they chose the underseat subwoofer as the one that got the award. And y'all laughing, saying nobody wants an underseat subwoofer. People are buying these things. I don't know who, but somebody is.
Somebody's buying them.
They must be, or there wouldn't be 50 or 60 different models of them. They're all over the place.
Yeah, I didn't realize how many there was until we started diving in here.
And this one has Rob's favorite terminals, the angled, but they're angled this way, so it's not really that bad.
Yeah. Actually,
that's not bad at all. And it does have a remote. Yeah, it's got all kind of goodies on this one. I kind of like that one.
Yeah, the angled terminals, man.
And the red surround adds about 10 dB too, right?
Yeah. If it's a double roll, 20 maybe.
But that one's what does it say, 169, I think.
It's within the realm of the do they make an NVX powered subwoofer?
I don't know. Let's find out.
I've seen someone ask that earlier. I'm sure that they do.
There it is, under seat. They got two different models. Well, looks like the same model. It's just one has the kit, the amp kit, and the other one doesn't. So it's 8-inch. What is the power? It's got a 20 amp fuse. Oh, look at it sliding under the seat.
Man.
That's magic. How's it do that?
Flash.
Look, they're comparing it to the Focal iBus 20, which cost 4 times as much. The NVX has 100 watts versus 75 watts. Frequency response is the same. They have a 2-year manufacturer warranty on the NVX.
Wow.
You go, boys.
Yeah, Donnie Tuttle mentions something you said before, that Jeep owners buy them a lot.
Yeah, Jeeps have horrible sound systems.
Yeah, they got speakers above your head. They're doing that.
And they're tiny too. They only got like 4-inch or something and 3.5s. And yeah, they're just.
And the ones up front fire into the ground.
Yeah, into your shins.
Yeah.
Well, that's a great place to put a speaker. Fire right into my shin. Don't even have a reflector down there to bounce it off or anything.
No, the only Jeep guy that cares about sound is Mark from Car Audio Fab. If you see,
and also Keith.
The guy that went to JL Audio recently, wasn't there
something? No.
Keith Payne.
Keith Payne, yes.
Oh yeah, he's doing something different though.
Feel the pain with the JBL Crown. I can't wait to check that one out.
Yeah, that'll be cool for sure. So, you got a pick of the week? We done with subs or?
Well, I'm trying to think. Is there anything we missed? So, basically, when you're looking at these, there's a couple things you need to decide where you want to put it. Any of the ones that mount underneath your seat can be mounted other places. Like they could be mounted in the trunk. They can be mounted up against the wall in the trunk or whatever. So that might be a better thing to get. That way, if you get a different vehicle, you can move it between there. But again, this is not for us audiophiles, or this is not for, the people who are serious about audio. This is for the people that just want some extra sounds. And we all have, family members, friends, relatives, people like that are going to ask you, how to make a better sound system. If they only got a few $100, this is the kind of thing that they need to get, in my opinion, to kind of add some extra bump for a little bit of money. But I would say if I was looking for one for my wife, say for example, I would want to get one that did have a variable gain on it. because as we all know, depending on what type of even song you're listening to, sometimes you have to turn it up, sometimes you have to turn it down, depending on the source. If you're using a CD, or if you're using Bluetooth, or even different types of streaming services, the I've had volumes be up and down, and things need to be boosted up. So that's the two things I would look for. Would be get one that would fit underneath most seats, and I would get one with an adjustable gain. So when you need more gain, you got it. What do you think, Rob?
Yeah, for sure. That's good advice. And most of them have high level inputs, and that's probably going to be the majority of the way people are getting signal to them. But like you said, you want the gain knob. If you're going to put it under a seat, make sure that it fits under your seat. Check your measurements twice, and make sure that's good situation. If you're going to put it in a spare tire, make sure that it will fit in your spare tire, because that calls for a very specific size tire, and I don't know if a lot of the donut tires will cover that. And if you're just doing a trunk one, I mean that's pretty simple. You're going to throw it in your trunk, and it'll be good to go. And the under seat ones can work in that configuration as well. And
Yeah,
you'll
just make sure if you put it in the trunk that you strap it down, because you don't want a subwoofer to be, playing shuffleboard in the trunk of your car, right?
yeah,
Or maybe you do.
who
I don't know.
cares? It only
Team
costs
no
69
fuse.
bucks.
Yeah, I mean, you could start fires in your trunk, and I don't know. Maybe you don't want to like your car anymore, and you just want it to burn down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
but
pretty sure you're
strap it
not,
down.
unless you get that JL audio one, you may burn it down, because they recommend 8-gauge wire at 1/4 ohm. Who knows what'll happen?
Yeah, that's pretty sick. I can't believe they do that. But
But
yeah,
they know more than us, so
so the big thing about all this is, and we've said it before, I just want to emphasize it. Have your expectations right when you're looking at something like this. If you are, this is not going to be something that's going to, rattle your rearview mirror, or, take your breath away. But it is going to be something that's going to add a little bit of low end to the factory systems, or the systems that don't have a true subwoofer. So there are uses for it. And there's also possibility of using multiples. We didn't really mention that, Rob, but if you've got two seats that will accommodate, the front passenger and the driver's seat, might not be a bad idea to get a couple of them.
yeah, for sure, you could do that. You get a couple of them pretty easily, and I imagine you could jump one signal from one straight to the other. And I mean, especially the smart ones, you could probably do one 8-gauge run to handle two of those subwoofers.
Yeah, I would think so. And that's something that we don't really talk a lot about on this show, but it's something that Rob and I kind of live by, is the whole entire system capable of being run on factory alternator, things like that. So we try to build our systems based on, we say what, 1,200-1,500 watts or less, usually around 1,000 watts or less, that we do our full systems. Stuff like this is not going to put a strain on your alternator. It's not going to cause, lights to dim. It's not going to cause you to have to spend hundreds of dollars on wiring kits. That's the thing that's neat about it, right? It'll make the difference between not having this and having this is much larger than going from a 10-inch JL 10W7 to a 13-inch 10W7. So it's like anything else. You got this range of levels of goodness, right? So to get to the midpoint, something like this can do it, but then as it gets higher, it's more exponential, so it's a lot harder to reach that next highest level. I don't know if that made sense. It probably didn't. I didn't stay in the Holiday Inn Express last night, so you have to excuse my rambling of nothings.
I'm just gonna let you hang there with it, with your
Yeah,
thoughts.
I noticed.
Yeah.
And those who are listening are like, dead air.
Yeah.
Dead air. Big
That's
dummy.
okay. It seems like if they're listening live, they know what's going on. But if they're listening in audio, I truncate the silence in Audacity, and we're all good.
Wow. So you people don't get to hear our moments of silence that we all, the ones
Although
here.
I've thought about adding in, just random like a they call it like a pregnant pause. We just yeah, and then people's like, "Wait a minute, is my phone? It's shut off? What's going on?"
50 amps is all you need.
Yeah.
Not 50 amplifiers, 50 amps, like 50A, because Sean, you've seen his install, I'm sure, on my channel, and his Acura that has the
Yeah.
5 punch 40s.
Yes.
That's a crazy setup. It's awesome.
That's a cool setup. Although I still miss his old Honda build, man. The one he brought to the first old school meet. That's one of my favorite sounding systems ever.
Yeah, that was really slick. That was the Phoenix Gold
CPAs.
and the ZPAs and the JBL. What series were those, Sean? Remind me. They weren't the GTI. They were or maybe they were the GTI.
There were
The
the
10-inch GTI, but they weren't the old like 1500 or 1000 GTI. They were the ones that came out after that. I think it was a W10 GTI.
Yeah, I think that's something like that.
They're the ones that had the real sharp point on the end of the motor structure.
Yep, he had that, and then ScanSpeak 3-way setup that was kind of like the I think you said it was the Alpine F1 status, the same drivers. So yeah, it was killer.
Yeah, it was. It was very killer. So cool. So again, underseat subwoofers, as much as y'all poo-poo them out there, these things are selling like hotcakes. I mean, they're selling just like the $1 menu stuff off of McDonald's. I don't even think they have a $1 menu anymore. They jack the prices up. Every time I see a commercial, it's like 2 for $5 or, 2 for $10. I'm thinking, man, what happened to the dollar menu? They're killing me here. But the best thing about it is you don't really need to eat at McDonald's anyway. So, yeah. Just skip it.
Yeah, just skip McDonald's.
Installed a Bass Pro Hub last week. Sounded good for what it was. Which one? Is that the JBL one we talked about?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
the expensive one. So you got a pick of the week? I've got a pick of the week if you're not ready.
Yeah, well, I'm just going to give a real quick, sorry if I'm away from the microphone here, just a real quick shout out to my buddy Mike. He's actually the one that I got the MA Audio Com 1 from. He was digging through his stash and he found some literature that he had sitting around. And he asked me, he's like, hey, you want this? I just paid him for shipping pretty much. But we got all kind of goodies. We got earthquake stuff here from the late 90s. We've got all kind of little dealer magazines. We've got this TRC guide, which you guys who do installs, you may have seen these before, but Rob and I had never seen it. It looks like a Reader's Digest size book, but it's got like all little kind of connectors and stuff. We got Phoenix Gold. We got Ultimate Audio here, the subwoofers. This is the real Ultimate brand from way back in the day. But anyway, yeah. So thanks, Tom, for sending this stuff out. And this one, I don't know, you guys who are not watching the stream don't get this, but it's this fun wholesale. And I think you guys remember these from the back of the magazines where you could, like for $39.95, you could get this. And so you could get all your stuff wholesale price. You guys remember that? I never fell for it, but I think Rob did.
No. That's one of those Ponzi scheme type things.
It is.
If you could sell that, you can buy this for $50 and you could sell it for $100, and
that's it. It was a Ponzi scheme.
So on and so forth.
So that was my little thing for this week. But I do something like this. I want to scan so you guys can see it, because it's just, I mean, hey, how often do you still see things like this, right? This is history. This is cool. So I'll try to get this scan if you guys want to see and have a good laugh. Lived by a wholesale house in high school. See, Sean King did.
Yeah,
I thought it was a scam. Was it real stuff?
It might not have been a scam.
Was it real product, Sean? You know what it was? It was stuff that was ripped out of people's car. Is that what it is? Is that how they sold it so cheap?
It could be. Well,
because
was
it
it?
was cheaper than the dealer price, man. They were saying you could get like punch, 200s for $199, and those things were like $700.
Oh, you know what it was? It was the Wish.com of the 90s. If it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. He said yes. He ordered all kinds of stuff.
Oh, well, they call it wish.com because when you make the order, as you're placing your order, you make a wish that you will really actually get the products. So they came up with a perfect name.
And there's a few people that said they ordered stuff. I don't know, man. Maybe I was just tripping. I didn't know.
I wanted to, but I remember it was like $39.95 to get into the club. I was like, man, I can't even afford to get into the club.
Yeah. That's why I don't pay for a Sam's card. I don't need that. I can't do that kind of commitment. I'll just be shopping anywhere.
Yeah, well, I mean, Amazon's free, but
Yeah.
I do Costco. There's a reason why I do Costco, but anyway. But
it's a tax shelter for Big D's YouTube Millions.
Tax shelter for OSS. For sure not.
Oh, so I got a pick of the week here, and if you guys know, like all my main camera is my phone, so I've upgraded. It's a little dirty here. The iPhone 11, I got it Friday. I pre-ordered like a fool, but yeah, man, this thing is dope. I didn't go for the Pro model because it's like $300 difference, and I didn't need the telephoto lens. So, but for what I'm doing, this thing's awesome. I did get, which I'm so glad they added the ultra wide lens in this instead of the telephoto, because that is so much more useful for the types of things that I want to do. So, did you get D? Did you get you a new one, or are you still holding out?
I'm just waiting for it to come in. So I did something a little different this year. I usually get it straight from the carrier, but this year I decided, for tax shelter reasons, to buy it straight from Apple, buy the unlocked version, and just pay it off or whatever. But yeah, for some reason when I bought it from them, they didn't ship it on the day of, and they also, whenever I bought AT&T in the past, they did overnight shipping.
Yeah.
Well, this one shipped yesterday. They'll be like, "Oh, it'll be there next week sometime."
Dude, really?
Yeah. I'm like,
mine came in. I got mine from T-Mobile. It came in the day it come out.
Yeah.
It come out Friday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it in the mail Friday.
Yeah, the carriers do that. AT&T used to do it. Verizon, when I had them, used to do it. I don't know. Apple they just don't.
Yeah.
DGAF, I guess.
They don't care, man. They know you're gonna buy it from somewhere. So
I guess, but this is the first time I bought one unlocked. So I don't know, since my current phone is still under contract, I'm still I know I can just take the SIM out and put it in the other one, but I'm not sure how some of the features are going to work. But anyway, I'm really interested to know, Rob, how all that works, because I was thinking about that ultra wide and how useful that would be for somebody like JDR that does a lot of the interior shots.
Yeah,
people that do the that sell real estate, having that lens on your camera is awesome, because it just gives you a fuller shot of the room. And also, taking pictures inside your car is going to be much better with that super wide angle lens. So I can't wait to see your next video and see what you're going to do using that. Yeah,
it's very cool. And it was, for me, this isn't really a big upgrade for regular iPhone guys, but for me, I only care about the camera. I really don't care about anything else. So it was a huge upgrade for me. I went ahead and jumped up a little size on the internal storage, so that helps. And also, like T-Mobile, they were paying $350. My wife still had the iPhone 7, so I had the X or the 10R before, and I said, "Hey, if you want the 10R, I'll pay the difference between the new one, and we'll trade in your old iPhone 7." And basically, I got it for $400, so can't complain about that.
Good deal. Well, I think a lot of people here use their cell phones probably for pretty much everything, including video or audio and everything else. But for Rob and I, we use them for creating our videos for YouTube. And I've got nicer cameras. I've got the one that I use for doing this is actually a Panasonic G7, which is a really nice camera. Rob got one too. But for doing majority of the YouTube videos that we do, the new cell phones, it doesn't matter if it's an iPhone or a Samsung or a Google Pixel or whatever, a Motorola, they all have really good cameras on them nowadays. It's just that for the things that we do and the features we need, we tend to like the Apple products a little bit better, but that's not saying that it's better than any of the other ones, just the ones we like. But that's cool. I'm looking forward, Rob, to seeing how you like it, and that's cool that you got such a good deal on it. So that's a great pick of the week. Maybe next week I'll have my new one and I can show everybody, but not this week.
To show off the, I thought about doing a video on my channel because I took the G7, took some volleyball footage, and I've used this camera for volleyball footage. Well, I took them on my computer, zoomed in, like 50%. And I'm telling you, man, even though the sensor is way bigger on the G7, the video is very, very close. So interesting. Probably only to me and you and other people in the cameras, not car audio guys. So
yeah, well, we're into BMX, we're into car audio, we're into cameras, we're into all that geeky stuff. So we can't help it. Sorry, people. You just have to deal with it all.
All right, so let me thank the super chats, and then we can go into the what's the BMX cast. All right, so thank you, the Third Era, Ed, Showtime SPL, Rick Quattlebaum, and our dude Sean King. Sean King, you need to be on the show.
Yes,
he's still chewing ice. He's still chewing ice. He had to come on anyway.
Ice, man. I love. My wife hates it, but I love to crunch on ice. So apologize. I'm gonna crunch for a minute.
Yeah. We got to get our dude Sean K on here, man. He is so knowledgeable about things. He's basically smarter than me and D in most every way, but we just can't get him. He's smart enough to not talk on the internet, so everyone knows everything you say, and it's just there forever. It's on wax, and that's why he didn't come on.
Waiting to see a big D bar spin. Hey, you might see one. That's 100% true. We love to get Sean on, but I understand if he doesn't want to do it, that's cool. But if you want to see, Sean actually submitted his Civic install to my YouTube channel several years ago. It had the ADS system in there, really nice. And he did a good job. He walked around and he talked about everything. And I thought it was really interesting. So I think he doesn't give himself enough credit for his skills of, being a public speaker.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Cool. Well, thanks everybody for listening to the podcast. If you're listening, Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, however you're listening, make sure you check us out at youtube.com/12vtalk every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, unless we kind of tell you different. And we'll try to do better about telling people. I guess we have a community tab on YouTube, Rob, or do we not have one yet? I don't remember.
Checked. I think we do now. I think we
do. We'll try to do better about posting there to let people know, because the reason I don't post the actual video link too early is because it puts it into your feed and it'll get lost. So a lot of times I only do it like an hour before we start so that it shows up near the top of your list. But just assume pretty much every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, unless we tell you different, we'll do a show every week. And we're working on getting some more guests so you don't have to hear us talk about underseat subwoofers, because you guys give us a hard time about that, even though they are the best sellers. Everybody wants one. So you got any closing thoughts, Rob?
Yeah, send us topic ideas. 12vtalk@gmail.com. Topic ideas. Just basically show ideas. What do you want to hear about? Maybe some things we haven't discussed before would be cool. We're kind of running out of things. We can go in deep dives into certain topics, but let us know what you want to hear.
Yeah, and as always, our buddy Jason Zemer sent me some ideas, and actually really good ones. We'll probably incorporate into future shows. I don't want to give it away right now, but he's always got some really good topics on mine. So you guys let us know what you want to see. We took some names down last week of people I'm in contact, and Rob's going to try to get some too, and we'll try to have some guests coming up too, so you guys can get more information from the people who are really out there in the industry, and not us who are just kind of sitting on the fence, watching people play the game.
Yeah.
Right.
That's all we do is play games here.
That's right. We just playing games. So those who are here on YouTube, make sure you stick around, hang out with us. Those who are listening, make sure you come check us out, youtube.com/12vtalk. Send us an email at 12vtalk@gmail.com if you have any show ideas or have any questions or whatever. If you have loads of fun stuff you want to send us or anything like that, we don't like to beg, but if you got stuff to give, we'll take it. All right, so we're out for this week. We'll see y'all next week. Thanks as always for joining us. Thanks for hanging out in the chat room. Peace out, brothers.
Laters. Bye. Cool.
All righty then. Let's go back to the comments. What did we miss?
Yeah. Let's see. I do not see one BMX comment, so I'm a little disappointed
I cannot believe
that.
after that picture I teased this week of the chrome pads on the G. Did you notice the tennis balls in the wheel, Rob, or did you not?
No, I didn't see that.
What?
Yeah, I was tripping,
dude. The funniest thing about that is when I ride that thing around the block here at my house, the kids are like pointing their fingers like, why has he got tennis balls inside of his wheels?
Did you put cards on that? You should put cards on there too.
I didn't put cards, but the bike has got this real, fluorescent yellow stickers on the kind of the bright blue.
Yeah.
So the color of the tennis balls is like perfect. And yeah. Speaking of that, I've done my bunny hop. I just need to get my wife to video it, and then Skip01 still owes me $50 because he said he was paying half for my wheelie and half for my bunny hop. So
half and half, huh?
That's right. The hot rod is right now sitting with the powered subwoofer in the back that I'm playing around with. So right now it's kind of my test vehicle. I'm going to talk with my buddy tomorrow that works on cars. I'm going to try to get it to him here in the next month so he can help me out and do some of the mechanical upgrades that I need. And once I get it running properly and confidently, then I will start working with the sound system. Anybody else ride a Haro? Yes.
I know you'd like that one.
87 Haro Sport.
Oh, Matt Stark, you missed out, man. We talked about it. About that crazy Aussie getting loud down there.
Time to call in a favor from Stark Industries.
Yeah. You knew he was coming for you. He told you he's coming for you.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. We knew he was going to do it, but
yeah. Well, he tried to play coy. He was trying to play coy at first, like, oh, man, maybe it'd only be 130 dB.
Yeah, we knew that wasn't true.
You ain't fooling nobody.
Yep, we understand, Keith.
Yeah.
Everybody's got to make it. We did talk about you a little bit about your Jeep and your big JBL Crown amp that we can't wait to see.
Yeah.
So in Texas next month.
Well,
okay, here we go. Up, 3 Haros.
Go ahead.
Sorry. So, okay. I'm glad somebody brought this up. Thanks, Mark, for again, you guys who are in here every week, y'all just rock. I can't even express it enough how we always get comments from you guys. You're always like speaking up for us. You're sending us good questions and you're keeping us engaged. Anyway, Mark is one of my favorites too, because Mark always kind of comes up with these things. I just want to throw that out there. But the new KMF test on the Orion 2100 HCCA. So I did post a response to Sean's test, and this is Sean from EMF, not KMF, EMF Audio. And my thought is that he's got a 2250 Orion XTR 2250 that's in an 2100 HCCA case, because his measurement at 4 ohms was within 50 or 75 watts of what I got 4 ohms on the dyno with the XTR 2250. So I do remember the 2100 HCCA
it was around 600 watts right at 4 ohms.
Yeah, no, I think that was at 2 ohms mono. 4 ohms mono, I think it did like 400 and something. We'll have to go back and look at my test.
No, that one did better at 4 ohms mono than it did at 2 ohms mono.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
maybe I was wrong then. So maybe it is right. Maybe it is a 2100.
Yeah.
Maybe just there wasn't really that much difference between the 2100 and 2250 then, in that case.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, that was interesting that he did that. It was a neat way to show an alternate test other than just a dyno test. I kind of like it, how he did it. But yeah, those who remember the 2100 HCCAs and the stories and everything we heard over the years, Rob knew because Rob had one and had the 225s and knew how much power he was losing by using the 2100. But
yeah,
that was interesting. So sorry, go ahead.
I didn't get the chance to see it yet, but I need to check it out and see what's going on. But I do see a bit of a coup going here. I don't know what the Aussies are trying to do, but Mitch, the boomer bloomer, then he's talking about trying to take over the whole old school SPL. Like Matt Stark, we're gonna have to call in effect. We need you, man. Don't let these Aussies come take our stuff.
Well,
because me and Derek certainly can't do it.
Yeah, Ronnie Smith is sitting here on the edge, waiting just to jump in.
Yeah, and he's gonna do it with a 6.5 or something like that.
That's right.
Oh man,
Timmy wants to see that America 12K on a dyno.
Yeah. Wait, he did. Didn't he do it on the Term Lab?
Did he? I don't.
Maybe.
I think he might have done like a higher ohm load, but I don't think he did the 12,000 watt version.
Maybe not. There you go. He's got an idea. They got thinner air down there, allows for the higher SPL scores. Could be true.
Since they live in the future, then they already know what's going to happen. So, they got an advantage.
Oh, man. Yeah, for sure. We can't let these guys take it over.
Yeah, this is the truth right here. I've talked about it before, and I'll talk about it real quick right now, not to harp on it too much, but the legend of the 2100 and the expectations of the 2100. And when I first got my dyno, I remember me and Jason talking about it. Oh man, we got to test the 2100. We got to see what it does. I mean, it was like, this is going to be exciting stuff. Dude, I was so disappointed when I tested it. I'm like, oh,
I got
Jason, there's something wrong with your amp, man. We got to try a different one. Got another one in like 3 days later. It did the same thing. I'm like, God. And then I put a Rockford on there, and it makes me happy again. So
yeah, when we seen that video, it was just pretty much that everyone across the nation. Kevin. What's Kevin?
I've talked about it. Subwoofer King in the house. Back. Jonathan, what is up? We haven't heard from you in a while, man.
Yeah.
Wow. I thought I hadn't heard much from you lately. Glad to have you here. Thanks for shooting the 5. I got a funny quick story about Jonathan Subwoofer King. He we try to help each other out, and everybody, right? But with Jonathan, I remember when he used to film some of his bass videos, he would say that he couldn't do it very often because he had to use his mom's cell phone, and his didn't have a camera. I mean, because obviously this is many, many years ago, because it used not to be standard for phones to have a decent enough camera to use for YouTube. But he was doing the video and talking about it, and I'm like, man, I've got this. You guys remember the Kodak ZI-8 camera? EXO used to use one. It was the vertical camera that had the big lens, like right here.
Oh, so it was kind of like the
flip cam, right?
Yeah,
the flip out USB.
Yeah.
And I had one. I'm like, man, I'm not using that thing. I said, let me hit you up and send it to him. I sent him that thing. He used that camera for like, I don't even know, like 3-4 years, maybe even more than that, and got a lot of use out of it and made a lot of videos. So that was cool that he was able to use that. But he even, I think one of his JL audio amps, when he was getting rid of it to upgrade to something bigger, he sent me a message like, hey man, you want this JL audio amp? You help me out. And I was like, no man, sell it and make some money. I'm cool. I'm not trying to expect anything back from you for doing this, but it's just, it's neat to be able to help somebody out like that when they need it. So thanks for the $5. We appreciate it, but we're all about helping each other out. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. And bring back car audio news. I miss it, man. I love that stuff. That was the best.
When he started doing that, I was like, man, I should have started this with the Dick Riculous theme because it needs it. And when he made fun of JP with the swollen all up and everything, and people getting mad, that was funny, man.
Yeah. He's a funny dude, man. He does some funny skits. I wish he had more time to make videos because he's a funny dude.
Yeah, that was hilarious. But let's see, what did we miss here? So yeah, anyway, thank you, Subwoofer King. Good to see you back here.
Sean K with the turbo button question.
So that's a fantasy fallacy. The kicker about that is that was at 1 kilohertz, and it was the dynamic burst where it actually made a difference. So in real world, unless you've got that powered sub with the tweeter, then it's not going to matter.
Yeah. Let's see. Hamilton Mechanical talks about the Xera amps. He picked up the 20, and I got one in my daughter's truck, and it's not a bad amp for the money, in my opinion.
So you didn't go powered sub for her?
No. She's ready to do something big.
Oh, big.
So, yeah, we'll
How
see.
big?
I don't know. I told her, I was like, I got this 18. She's like, will it fit? So we'll see. I'm going to have to put.
Oh, sweet.
I'm running that little Xera amp at 4 ohms mono right now, and I've just got an 8-gauge wire, so we're going to have to change out some wire if we want to do anything else.
Rockville Sam, thank you, sir. Yes, my old school amps need more gain, especially the red
2100. Couldn't get enough. And this, I want to touch on this because I did. It just all makes sense now. Much like the man himself, it seems the 2100 was a lot of hype without the return. So that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Yep. Hamilton, my Sequoia is an 01. You've got an 04. Yeah. They have the 01 through 06 or 07 is the same style, and the Stealth Box JL makes works in the back of those. That's what I have in mind. Oh, he did 14K on the term lab with the America, not the Meridia, the America.
Yeah, he corrected it down. I think he got auto incorrected a few times.
Yep, it happens.
Now, where's the America amp made? I did. Just a question.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's made in America.
Yeah.
It's got a flag on it.
Let's see here.
True Tech? No, haven't tested any True. I would love to. Those things are.
Oh, they make those again now, right?
Yep.
Oh, geez. Australia.
What's up, Jay? In the house. Jay, did you see Craig's stuff? I don't know if you saw it. Yep. See?
Uh-oh. We lost sound, D. Did your battery die? Oh no, Big D's battery died. What a dummy. The big dummy strikes again. Classic. Oh, I love the plugging in sound. That's a little ASMR for you.
Can you hear it?
I can hear you.
Yeah. So some big dummy forgot again to charge his battery.
Oh my
And I was
gosh.
like, oh man, that thing said it had a 10-hour life. I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah.
Not so much.
Well, while you were gone, Eric Deli hit us with a nice little pun. Creakia.
That's good.
Oh man.
They're talking some kind of BMX stuff. They're talking about freezing and thawing and something. What are they talking about?
I don't know. I missed out on that. I didn't get to see. Wait up.
Yeah,
They're talking about mags.
Yeah, they're talking about the Z rims they were talking about earlier. Yeah, we don't get stressed, man. It's funny. I do stuff at my job where I have to present in front of hundreds of people, and I just go with the flow, man. What else can you do, right?
Yeah. Oh man, speaking of that, about 45 minutes into the podcast, wicked leg cramp. Hit left leg first. Then I was like, oh, I got to straighten it out. If you've seen the table move, I'm straightening it out. Got it eased up from the left leg. Hits me on the right leg. I was like, my gosh, man. That's why you see I drank all my water. I think I'm getting them heat cramps.
You talking about that happened today, or are you talking about what happened before when you did that?
No, this is today. This happened today.
Oh yeah. Man, you covered it pretty well. I couldn't even tell.
I'm sure somebody noticed, like, what's he moving around like that for?
Well, I was crunching on ice like a big dog. So,
oh my gosh,
is my volume noticeably lower, or is it about the same, or can you tell?
It's about it's close. It just doesn't sound nearly as good.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't expect it to.
You had the deity rocking.
Yep, I got to charge it though for next week.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you got the Pro model, huh? It's got the chargeable.
Yeah, that should have been my pick of the week.
It should have. I'm jealous. Oh, I just want that. I'll be happy with the D3 original.
Yep. So shotgun mic by Deity. That's the brand.
Yeah, they're the new hotness.
New hotness. What else we got here?
New hotness.
ESX Quantum Q1204.
I tested an EXS.
ESX.
275. Yeah,
yep.
ESX 275.
Yeah, they're pretty solid. Yeah.
What Rockville about Sam or Mark? He was waking at 6 a.m. in the morning with one.
Oh.
Yeah.
What about your last test of that Pioneer?
Oh, the stage 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. I mean, it done what, like 650, like 10% overrated, something like that in the uncertified test.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed with it. Anytime an amp does its rated power a little bit more, it doesn't have to do a significant amount more, but it makes you smile.
Yeah.
They're telling you to eat some potassium, eat you some bananas and magnesium. They're getting you all fixed up.
I need to. You know what? Bananas. I'm allergic to them. I don't know.
What?
I'm not the only person. I'm not like physically allergic where I get sick, but they make my lips swell up. My buddy at work, same thing happens to him. It's weird, man. I don't know what it is, but
what?
Yeah, it'll just be like one spot of my lip will just swell up. Like I've been to the dentist.
I have never heard of a banana allergy.
Yeah. I don't know if it's an allergy or I don't know what it is.
That noise floor on your mic is terrible.
You can only tell because you went from the deity to that.
Yep. My apologies for the mic issue. I'll make sure every week that I charge that joker.
You mess with any of the new death mount stuff?
No, I haven't. They're solid. I mean, I don't. Yeah,
Yeah, I haven't heard them either.
it's just another. It's another brand. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, look, I'm not the only one. No way, me too.
What?
And avocado too. I'm not allergic to avocado. I love avocado. But I'm so glad I'm not because that's the best stuff ever. Oh, see, Bobin's son has it.
Wow,
What in the world? Eric Dudley's allergic to turkey?
man.
He just got to go ham on Thanksgiving, I guess.
I guess. Yeah, I just recommended that Kenwood M3004 for a guy with a motorcycle.
Oh, that's the small one, right?
Yep.
Yep, those are cool. Well, Ed, he went and worked out and come back, and we're still on.
Yeah, today's the first day in the last 2 weeks I haven't ridden my bike. So I've been riding it every night. I don't ride a long ways, but I do get out and ride it. So I'm allergic to too little gain.
I've seen. When are you coming out with the shirt, Rockville Sam?
Yeah,
I need more game shirt.
We need that.
Yeah.
We need that immediately.
Yeah, we need to do a collab with a 12V Talk. I need more gain shirt.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All right, party people. Well, we again appreciate you guys hanging out with us and engaging us and telling us your funny stories and not picking on our BMX stories too much because we didn't talk about it that much tonight.
And somehow we still have 74 viewers, even though it's been complete and utter nonsense in the other chat.
Well, they're waiting for us to say something important. So yeah.
Apparently they've never watched this show before if they're waiting for us to say something important.
Well, they're waiting for the end of the scooter video.
Oh yeah, man! You did
the one
tease
where I did tease it 2 weeks ago, and I didn't make a video last week. So
I'm waiting for that and the 3K in-car shootout.
Yes,
me and the third era both. We've been waiting, man.
Yes. So yeah, so I'll tell you why there's a delay on that because I always have a good reason, right? I always have a reason for slacking. Okay. So the reason was I bought a second battery. I bought one of the, what's that brand?
The Headway?
Well, I bought the Headways too, but before I bought the Headways, I bought an AGM, and it's that brand that uses the Virgin
North Star.
North Star. Thank you. God, mine is just slipping. It was one of the mid-size ones that said it would support like 2,000 watts or whatever. I got that one. It's ready to go in the car. I just need to put it in and mount it. Okay. Then I'll be ready to test the amps. But when I saw Brad with the Headways, I'm thinking, wow, I should make a bank of the Headways and I'll use that in the Accord instead of using the other battery. And it just got to this point where now I'm actually waiting for Toolmaker to finish my links for the Headways, which Brad, Mazda 2284, actually sent me some links for my Headways that he had made, and they never got here. I don't know what happened. I got lost in the mail. I have no idea. I never received them. But anyway, Toolmaker is making the links for me for the Headways and also for my Yenlongs, and I've just been waiting for them, and it just sometimes I take it he does that on the side or whatever because whenever I ask him to do stuff, it takes them a while. It takes them a really long time. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Yeah. So see, you got to start that story out like this. You can't say this because you'd be like, see, what had happened was you start out like that, and then people know they're either telling a lie or making an excuse.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty much making an excuse, but you can, you know, I thought about this the other day too, Rob, about having ADD.
Yeah.
And I have a version of it, but it's not attention deficit disorder. It's attention distraction disorder. And what I mean by that, and I'm sure I'm not the only one here, you guys in the chat room, some of you are this way, maybe not all of you, but some of you. I call it the squirrel disease. You know what that is? Like, we see something, squirrel. Oh, see something, squirrel. I get involved in working on something, and then I see something, and I need to, and it's a time management problem. It's a focus problem. It's whatever you want to call it. But I don't know. I've always been that way. And I know it now because I see myself do it, and I try to focus instead of breaking off. But I still break off because I find little things I can do quick. But it's not things I can make videos of or whatever, but it's things I need to do. So I have ADD, attention distraction disorder.
That's I think everyone does it, but I'm telling I've made myself, like, when I go to edit video, I get the iPad. Thanks to my big homie D, sent me a sweet new iPad, so I don't got to use my little crappy one. And I set that thing up, and I'm just in the zone. Did you ever watch Driven with what's his name? I can't Arnold, not Arnold. Dude, who's in it? Rambo, John Rambo. Can't think of his name for right now.
Sylvester,
yes. Where it's like he sees, everything's blurred out, and you just see. That's how I am, man. I put the headphones in. I was sitting on the chair. I've gone 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. It depends.
Yep, that's what you kind of have to do.
Yep.
It says, I have attention diff squirrel. See, I'm not the only one.
Oh, man.
I think it's a good idea. And I know Mark at Cardio Fabrication does this. He's really focused, and he'll create like a shot list. He'll create all these different lists of things that he needs to do, and he'll check things off. And that's something I probably need to do to put myself to focus more, because a lot of times I'm just kind of, well, I need to do this, I need to do that. I'll come in, I'll start editing my video, and I'll be like, ooh, I didn't do this shot. Yeah. And then I'll go back out and I'll shoot another one. And I'll say, ooh, I didn't do an intro. So I have to take out the camera, set it up for the intro. And it's like, I'm not doing these things to the best of my time management skills.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what happens.
If you can't tell, Mark's very organized.
Yes.
I wish, like, his shop is like the dream shop. He could set that shop up for me, and within 2 days I'd have it a wreck. I just know myself.
Yeah, I always dream of having, everything organized. It's like my goal in life.
Yeah.
Maybe one day.
But I guarantee you have a box with cables that may or may not need in the future at some point, and you just carry it around with you everywhere.
I do.
Oh, man.
Cool. Well, people like your 20 question. Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to hide that because we both clicked it at the same time. But yeah, I didn't get to join in. Friday night's my family thing, but that's cool that you guys had fun with that.
Oh yeah, it's fun. We'll have you on sometime.
Yeah, I'd love to.
And we'll see. I'm better at asking the questions and answering them. So I think about it, like, Chuck Woolery, he was never on the dating game himself. So why should someone ask me the old school 20 questions?
Right.
Food for thought, huh?
Right. Cool. Well, we're down to 69. They're dropping like flies. So we're going to sign out for this week. Thank you again for hanging out with us. We do greatly appreciate you guys engaging with us. Rob and I will work toward getting some guests coming up. And yeah, so until next week, you guys have a good one. We will see you.
Yeah, later.
Peace out.